So greetings people, welcome back to my video and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to speak about being mindful of your actions. I'll see you after the intro. Greetings, welcome. My name is Jay and from Karnak Holistics, where we learn together and we grow together in the sight of God. So today I'm going to speak about being mindful of our actions. Now, being mindful of your actions, what actions you do take in order to perpetuate and move yourself forward, is key. It's key to a lot of things. It's key to your success of what you finally become. If you're sitting in a place of negativity and blame and hatred, and then you're blaming your blame culture, or that is your blame culture, that you're constantly blaming other people for your own actions, you're going to remain there and you're not going to move forward. You're going to be stuck in that actual place. And it's going to be even harder for you to move from A to B, where you don't have the blame culture, but yet it's the time for you to shine and grow. Now, I remember years and years and years ago that I was surrounded by people who literally had this blame culture down to a fine art. Trust me, they had it down to a fine art. They were so good at blaming, they didn't even realize that when it was actually them that did the wrong, they will find someone to blame. And when you did question them, they quickly rallied around each other and tried to isolate you and to overthrow you in that sense, especially if you was a strong individual, as I am myself, good at how I speak my mind, and I'm not afraid to say what I feel. So when I was in a blame culture, I was surrounded by that blame culture, it sticks. You stink of it. You become it without you even knowing. So what happens to you then? You then start to blame your other people, and your actual progression goes nowhere. You stay stuck in that actual phase or that place in yourself or in your mind or in that situation in your life. Now, if you don't let it go, or if you don't realize, and the other thing about when you're stuck in the blame culture, you don't realize until someone you get close to points it out. And when you step out into you step out of that blame culture, or you look at it from an objective point of view, you will find that that blame culture is what you become, and you find that you have internalized this, where you can't therefore move forward and then kind of set boundaries or goals. And you feel you do set boundaries and goals, even though you are in a blame culture. But how can you? Because you're constantly, it's like when you're in a blame culture, it's like you can't climb the stairs because you're constantly going, well, this is too hard. Because as you climb the stairs, you use an effort. But when you're in a blame culture, you want to stay plateau, on the same level. So you're constantly picking or finding people. Then you find that you are looking for someone to bully. And this is what happens in a blame culture. And when you overcome the blame culture and you step out of the blame culture and you are in your empowerment phase and you start manifesting things, they will eventually see it and try and turn on you. This is when it's down to you to be strong. Let me just give you a bit of advice in this bit. Because when you do change your mind process, and this mind process of change, a new beginning, a forced new beginning, it's the death card in a tarot. When this appears, this means you would then move out of alignment with them. And you have to, by the law of attraction, you will automatically align yourself with people of the like mind. And if it doesn't happen straight away, they would eventually appear for you. So don't walk around thinking that you need to stay in this blame culture in order to find these other people to come and rescue you. You will be out of this darkness and find that there is an element of power. Like, for example, in the old days in ancient Egypt, they was constantly, even if they lost a battle, they were constantly saying how well they did, you know, how successful they was and how they overcome this challenge or this warrior or this army, you know, and they had a surety that they were big, so they were the best. So when people will see these massive, they always done things by never by halves. They always done this on an expansion situation. So when people will come and see them and they come to the Valley of the Kings or they come to Egypt and they see these big memorials and these big statues on a grand scale, people are going to say superpower, superpower. And a lot of people and a lot of civilizations kept away from them, or if they tried to overthrow them, they were in fear of them. So what has this got to do with us? What has this got to do with the blame culture? The blame culture is for the fact is that you're constantly living and complaining that you never get anywhere. So what I'm trying to say to you, be like the Egyptians. And even though things are dark, if you're working on them or you're working on these issues, then look to the light in order to shift this actual situation. And then move to the light and then get away from this blame culture into a mindfulness and be mindful of where you are each time and keep checking yourself. People, I'm going to leave you. I'm going to love you and leave you. And I'll see you on the next video. Stay blessed and stay safe. And God bless and namaste.